Is the Sony Alpha A1 a failure? Did Sony miss the mark on the $6,500 camera? Don't get me wrong, I'm excited by the camera's potential in creative hands. I think it's a stunning piece of technology. It beats the Canon EOS R5 in most ways, though not all. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Simon. Thanks for tuning in to The Ordinary Filmmaker. Subscribe to get notification of new videos like this one so you don't miss any news, rumors, gear reviews, or tutorials. And to make things just a tiny bit more exciting, I'm giving away a brand new Canon EOS R5 full-frame mirrorless camera to one lucky viewer. Details are in the description down below, or you can watch this video here. Please look at the terms and conditions, as there are some age and location restrictions. And now, for a rant. When I watched Sony's presentation of the new Alpha 1, I was mightily impressed. I was gushing with joy over this thing, and I was very honestly excited. The camera came up with technology that I hadn't seen before, at least the latest technology that was better than what we'd seen before. In my immediate review of the specifications, and granted, these haven't been validated by any real-world tests, I compared the new Alpha 1 against the Canon EOS R5, a camera that knows what it's like to go through a lot of controversy. And I got called on for comparing these two cameras by some viewers. Why are you comparing the flagship Sony Alpha 1 to a lesser tiered camera? At first I just said, well, as a consumer, it's the closest in specifications to the R5, but it is better in many ways, though not all, and it's just logical to compare them. And that was it. I didn't give it much further thought. Then yesterday, after publishing the video about the rumored Canon EOS R1, it hit me. Why hadn't I compared the Alpha 1 against the Canon 1DX Mark III or the Nikon D6? It would trounce all of them. And it wasn't just me. Go ahead, look on YouTube, read the reviews by the camera press, and even Sony Alpha Rumors, though not the pinnacle of journalism, also compared the Alpha 1 against Canon's R5. Okay, I know what you're thinking, and yes, I know, we get it. We're comparing it to the R5, but what's your point, and why on earth does this indicate that the Alpha 1 is a failure? Well, we're comparing a $6,500 camera to a $3,800 camera. And when you do that, you have to ask yourself a very simple question. For that extra $2,600 plus taxes, are you getting enough value? Do you need 8.6K oversampled 8K video? Or would you rather have 8K oversampled 4K, or be perfectly happy with 5.6K oversampled 4K? Do you need 30 frames per second electronic, or are you happy with 20? Do you need 4 times the sensor readout? And the questions, as you can imagine, go on and on. To some, the answer to this is an obvious yes. The Alpha 1 does provide enough value to justify the upgrade, and it's worth every penny. But for everybody else, what they're hearing is that if you don't want the Alpha 1, you should consider the Canon EOS R5. It's close in capabilities and costs $2,600 less. But what really sort of stuck with me is that no one, including myself, was comparing the Alpha 1 to the Sony a7 III or even the Sony a7S III. Neither Canon or Nikon have released their flagship mirrorless cameras yet, and both are due out in the second half of this year. The Olympics are going ahead as scheduled. That was confirmed today. This means that both Canon and Nikon will get their flagship cameras out before the Olympics, so they can be spotted at the Olympics. Now here's what we know about the Canon EOS R1. It's going to be a mirrorless version of the 1DX Mark III. I know, not rocket surgery there, right? And it's going to be an upgrade over the 1DX Mark III, not just a mirrorless version of it like the EOS R was to the 5D Mark IV. And in almost every other way, the 1 series camera is better than a 5 series camera. So I expect the R1 to have better video than the R5, and with a much bigger body than the R5 or the Alpha 1. And that bigger body means it likely won't overheat in all video modes, and it will have a larger sensor and will likely push the frame rate to 20 frames per second mechanical. Sony's A1 isn't going to be a huge upgrade over the R1, and the R1, with a bigger body, will likely perform better under pressure as it can handle the heat dissipation better. If that is, Canon has learned its mistakes from the Canon EOS R5 and has architected better heat management, dealing with poor thermals that the R5 had. That created far too many headaches for them. And you see, therein lies the problem for Sony's new flagship camera. We, the press, YouTubers, are comparing it to a lesser model costing $2,600 less, when its big brother is coming out in 5 months and Nikon's coming out sooner. And we're not making the R5 look like a bad camera. In a world where impressions are reality, comparing the Alpha 1 against the R5 isn't setting it up for success. It's setting it up as the number 2 player. No one's comparing it against other Sony cameras like the a7 III or the a7S III. But what do you think? Have I completely missed the mark here? Am I drinking too much Canon Kool-Aid? Have I turned into that guy down at the street corner mumbling about the end of the world? Or am I just completely lost it and I'm completely off the mark here? Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. But that's it for now. Don't forget to subscribe for your chance to win 2 Angelbird 128GB AV Pro MK2 V90 SD cards, and of course a dual Angelbird SD card reader. Or you could also win a Ulanzi LED light package with accent lights, underwater lights, and various other flat panel lights. I'll be awarding these 2 prize bundles once this channel reaches 30,000 subscribers, and then I'll offer up a different prize every 10,000 subscribers until I reach 100,000. Now, once I reach that huge milestone, I'll be awarding a brand new Canon EOS R5 full-frame mirrorless camera. And on that bombshell, thanks for watching and tolerating my rant. We'll see you again soon.